Okay, the last thing we're going to discuss for Sutori is the Explore section. So from your dashboard, the third option is Explore. I think this is really pretty awesome. So you have a couple of things you can do here. You can look at Sutori stories, which say that 5 times fast, or you have community stories. Sutori stories are stories that are created by Sutori themselves, stuff that you can use in your classroom, and these will be designed oftentimes as like units like this. So here's a digital citizenship unit, but a lot of these things are just stuff that you can pop right out and use in your classroom. American Revolution, American Civil War, blah, blah, blah. You can look down through all these. There's tons of them. There's a lot of really great stuff on here. It has content. It has their age level group and all that kind of stuff on here. So just kind of get in here and see what we're looking at. Let's look at this unit, view unit. So these are going to be a little bit different than what the community can create, because obviously you can't create a inclusive set of resources like this. But if I get in here to this digital citizenship unit, you'll see that there's 5 different basically subsections I can look at. So I'm going to get in here, look at credit your resources. And now this is something that's more familiar. Now we have a story that is about digital citizenship. And so students can come down and look through here and learn all about crediting sources. So, and let's, if I think this is really great, I could just take this and use it myself. So if I want to do that, I just come up here and copy that URL and I can give it to my students. Or if I want to assign this, just come in here to view and share out that way and copy, or of course I can assign it to my classes. So there's all those options you have to share it out with your class if I could assign it that way. And so all of these Sutori resources are pretty good, and you're going to get some quality stuff there that you don't have to worry about there being anything too sketchy or too weird in here. Here's one about net neutrality. Same kind of thing. It's got all of your content piled up in here. It's got a couple of places where you can do quizzes and check your information and see if what you retained from working through that content module. So the stories are really cool. I really like them. The other thing you have is community stories. And so these are published by users. A lot of these are student projects, and some of these are things that teachers use in their classroom as well. You're going to have editors' picks. Editors' picks are people who go through and look at stuff and promote the better stuff to this front page here. And then you're going to have other option is latest, and that's going to be the stuff that's been published most recently. So you'll see mine is actually here. Other things that people are working on are popping up. Somebody did a report on Elizabeth Cady Stanton right here. So as things are published, they move right up here in the latest. So you have both options here. But maybe the best part of this is that you can search for the resources that you want. So if you come up here to where it says search, and I want something about, like, for example, if I want to look for industrial revolution, and search that topic. And it's going to give you Sutori stuff first. So none of these really match just from looking at it. But if I come down here to community, I have a bunch of stuff. So these might be projects or things students have worked on. They could be lessons. I just have to start looking through them and seeing if there's anything that I can use. So let me look at this one. Okay, this looks like it could be pretty good. Let's say I've looked all the way through this and I think this is a really fantastic resource. This is something that I want to share with my kids. You can come over here to copy story. And this is going to say, okay, I like this. Maybe I want to make some changes. Maybe I want to assign it to my kids, but I want to have a copy of it so I can go in and do that. So now I can come in here and start making some changes to this document. This is my copy, so I don't have to worry about screwing up her work. I have full edit control over this, so I can come in and make sure if there's like here's a great example. I would want this heading to be capitalized. So that I'll come in and make those changes, and that's probably perfect. So I don't have to make other changes. Or maybe I want to add a quiz at the end of this to go over that, So that's something that I could add. Well, this is super long. It's very well done. So yeah, I mean, you could just make the copy straight up like that, and it becomes yours, which is really nice to have access to resources like that. A couple of other things just to know, if you want to print, I have never used this feature, but you can get to a printable copy by clicking the print button. I don't know people that print stuff anymore, so I don't know anybody that would ever use that. But like, let's say you had a bunch of you had students in your class, and they worked really hard on projects, and you want to share them, and you want to post them up in your room. You can do them that way. You get a nice little classroom decoration out of it. So yeah, that's just one last thing that's probably worth knowing about. That take it or leave it, whatever you end up doing with it. But that's Sutori for you. That's what you're gonna get. You got a pretty cool digital project authoring tool that does timelines or stories. You can use it instructionally for quizzes or content modules. You can have students publish their work, use it as an assessment tool, have students create it at the end of a unit, perhaps to show their understanding of something. So like I said before, the only limits to using this are as creative as you want to be with it. So definitely highly recommend Sutori as a tool that you can be using in your classroom. And good luck with using that. I'm excited to see what you guys end up doing with it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.